At this point, you've seen what AQT does. It doesn't summarize conversations, it doesn't improve prompts, it doesn't guess intent, it records what actually happened. That's the first principle. A notepad file or a Word document can hold information, but it cannot hold authority. If an AI disagrees with a paragraph, there's no anchor to point to, no canonical reference, no enforced order, no way to say this is the record. So the AI keeps reasoning. Reasoning turns into debate. Debate turns into drift. An AQT report removes debate entirely because the authority is not the model, and it is not the summary. The authority is the question ID. If two AI responses conflict, AQT does not ask the model to reconcile. It preserves both answers tied to the same question with timestamps. Nothing is overwritten. Nothing is smoothed. Disagreement becomes evidence. That changes everything. This is why AQT is repeatable. You can upload the same report tomorrow, or next year, or into a different AI entirely. The constraints remain. The model doesn't remember better. It simply has fewer places to guess. Re-ingestion forces correction, not explanation. Not because the AI improved, but because interpretation was removed as an option. This matters most with daily metrics. Daily metrics are not conclusions. They are snapshots. Without structure, snapshots collapse into averages. Without timestamps, updates look like contradictions. Without enforced sequence, AI invents trends you never recorded. That's not insight, that's compression error. AQT exists to stop that. Not by prompting harder, not by explaining better, but by refusing to let time blur. Now add Megabot. AQT preserves what happened. Megabot preserves who it happened to. Megabot requires consent because it handles sensitive material. Identity, memory, belief, trauma, meaning. Consent is not a warning label, it's an agreement about intent. Your answers are encrypted, stored verbatim, never rewritten, never inferred beyond what you explicitly provide. You can delete everything, completely. Structure without consent is surveillance. Megabot refuses to cross that line. Together, AQT and Megabot do something most AI systems don't. They don't optimize you, they don't summarize you, they don't narrate you, they preserve you. This is why one system works for many audiences. Everyday users, professionals, researchers, grant reviewers, organizations, same core architecture, no feature sprawl, because the differentiator is not the UI, and it's not the model, it's the question ID. If you can't point to the exact question, you don't actually know what the AI told you. AQT is not selling intelligence, it's selling restraint. Megabot is not selling insight, it's selling continuity. Together, they scale because they're database first, model agnostic, and honest about limits. The UI can change. Models will change. The record does not. A notepad asks, "Can you make sense of this?" AQT says, "This happened, in this order, on this day." And once that rule is enforced, drift stops. Not because AI got smarter, but because guessing was no longer allowed. That's the system. That's the difference. And that's why this works.